Hey guys, it's Steven with the Bytes chart update. As you can see, we've got some sell pressure here from the upper resistance levels. This was a previous pivot chart that I was using that was working pretty well. We got the central pivot here at 90 and the resistance at 104, and then we had an R2 at 120, and that seems to be acting as some resistance. And this is the daily, actually, this is the weekly pivot chart that I created 2 days ago. And we already hit this R3, and we're starting to see some volume and some resistance here. And what we want to see is this become support. We want to see a lot of volume, a lot of buy and sell, and just kind of find a free market price where buyers and sellers will be happy to exchange. So keep an eye on that. And for the Ethereum to Bytes chart, we have this act as clear resistance, this R3, which is 32. And what's happening now is we're finding out where the supply and demand is. So we're going to find out a lot about the price over the next couple days. We'll see if we get some news, and obviously if we get some news, we'll just have a huge spike and it'll just blow everything out of the water, and it doesn't really matter. But until then, we're gonna see where the buyers and sellers come in. So really interested to see that. I do have about 6 Ethereum in this zone here from 28 to 25 ready to buy this dip. This is my liquidity zone. Um, I would be very happy to see that, but I'm not 100% sure that'll happen. So what I normally would do is I would have some Ethereum ready to buy this dip in case we dip below, but I'm just not thinking that's going to happen. The way things are shaping up, we're only less than 10 days away from the meta tournament. So I went ahead and took these funds that I had waiting to buy this dip, and I went ahead and just allocated them. And I created a new position about an hour ago, and I just used this range of 29 to 30. Very aggressive. I wouldn't recommend doing this for most people, but for me, it's doing what I want to. I don't have enough bytes, so I need to get at least some sort of allocation here. So my hope is that we can start to see some volume in this range. And if this range doesn't act as support and we just keep getting some selling, that's fine, because now I'm back in my real buy range. And this is where most of my money is. And this is where I really want to accumulate my bytes. So, and then of course, if we go up, I don't have enough bytes, but I'm still going to be very happy because I do have an income worth bytes. So it's a win-win. I want to be in a good position no matter what. So we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that and see. My biggest goal with this position is just to get my gas fees back. If I can get a couple $100 back minimum, I wouldn't feel like I wasted my resources on that. Let's go ahead and check the volume here. So for today, we got $3 million in volume. That's great. We've got 6 new holders, and the token supply is up 6,419. Market cap is up as well, and the price is $113. I wanted to point out that I did find a spreadsheet with a date of 12/30 that the daily reward was about 7,466 bytes going out to the community. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, because that's the increase of the token supply within the community, but then they also have to be claimed here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some very large supply changes in the next couple of weeks as the price changes a lot and goes up. And this is my position here. Nothing really going on with that. Everything's pretty much the same as yesterday. We got the outer identities about the same, around 12 ETH. So no real big changes there. This bullish divergence is setting up very nicely on the Ethereum chart. This is really nice. And even on a pretty bearish day for Bitcoin, Ethereum is holding strong. So that's definitely going to help the entire crypto market. And I pointed out something yesterday, which is I feel like the stock market does play a role in the crypto market. So when I look first to buy stocks or sell stocks, always look for this gap up and gap down. So if, as you see here over the past couple of weeks, When you have a gap up, it's an easier trend to just sell it to close that gap. And you've seen that repeated every time here, where you have a gap up, close red, gap up, close red, gap up. So when I look to buy and I look for bullish things, I really want to find a small gap down, maybe 0.5%. And that way, what happens is people will come in and be like, hey, you know what, this gap's probably going to close. You can get some bullish momentum, and then you'll start to see those price spikes, and then you can start to make new highs and just kind of have those. I like to see those connecting numbers. That's just what I like to see. And something that you want to keep on your radar. If you haven't been to Fees.wtf, it's a very easy site to see how much gas fees you've used. And they did announce they're going to be doing an airdrop. They're going to be creating a dashboard. I wanted to get this to you guys and just have you follow them. I'm not sure if it's going to be airdrop to everybody or not, but I would definitely keep an eye on this. There's no reason not to. It seems like a good project, and I like their website, so wanted to shout them out. All right, guys, that's it. I'll catch you next time.